another Kazushi mechanism that Mr. Tomiki described was one in which you would harden the Waki being the side of the body. And when we harden that, he's talking about an isometric flex of the pectoral muscles and the latissimus muscles back here, as if you're drawing your elbow tight to the side of your body or bringing your elbow tucked into your rib cage. And it's not done with the arm. The arm's loose and flopsy, but everything tightens up here at the core. Now that also puts your uke into a difficult situation. He has a hold of you, for instance, and the arms are loose and relaxed, and you harden the Waki. And that hardening gives his body a little shock. It's hard to compensate for. Now the other part of that is when you give him that little stimulus of hardening everything for a moment, just up here, not down in the wrist. Because if I try to make it all hard with my arms too, he feels it. Yeah, you feel that coming, don't you? It's hard to feel that coming.
It's different, yeah.
It is different. So the arms are loose and relaxed. The effect is happening right here at the pec and the lats. To further accentuate it, you want to learn to turn it on and off. You want to turn it on like a switch and turn it off like a switch, just like that. Turning it off is the part that gives people trouble, because once I make tension here, sometimes there's a little residual tension still hanging on. I want to make tension and then relax it completely so it's just loose and nothing for a moment. That's what gives you the opportunity to let his reflex action sink him. Because it's not you pushing him or pulling him that takes him into a throw. In fact, in one way of thinking about it, in Aikido we have no throws. We're not throwing the guy. We're reflectively stimulating him so that his own reflex action puts him into positions where he can't recover, and so he falls down. If anybody throws him, he throws him. You're just giving him the right stimulus at the wrong time so that he can't not fall down. And so it's a paradoxical sort of not throwing. It's not like I'm going to take him and just toss him over here and try to throw the guy. Not at all. In this case, we would just harden the Waki, turn off, and just maintain the position so he can't stand back up. He can tell you it's a weird sensation, because if somebody's acting upon you and you feel it coming, and through the whole part of the process, you can equalize, you can neutralize, you can dampen all the effects. But when you can't feel it happening to you, when you don't feel it coming, the part of the brain and the nervous system that does the job of predicting what's coming next doesn't get activated properly, and the surprises become catastrophic. So hardening the Waki, we turn it on, we turn it off. We turn it on, we turn it off. And that off phase is where you get the action out of his body you're looking for. When we talk about perception in Kazushi next, we'll get into how to exploit that and what we're actually looking for in terms of the triggers that allow us to operate in relation to the other person that we react with. Because he can have a hold of me, and my arms are relatively loose, and again, I'm not trying to pull them in or push them out or do anything, but from a basic static position, I just harden my Waki. And that's pretty strange. All of a sudden, he's a hold of something that changed, and it's hard to even define for himself how it changed. When I feel it happen to me, I go, what the hell just happened? It's a very strange sensation.
It is, yeah.
It gets worse because you harden it and then you get off of it, and then he's just being suspended by a light sort of touch. So it gets hard, it gets off, it gets hard, it gets off, it gets hard, it's off. And basically, I'm just static. I haven't engaged my center to follow through or to exploit any of those actions. I'm just making a subtle change happening right in the torso, hardening the Waki. I'm just engaging the pecs and the lats so that everything becomes isometrically contracted for a moment, as if you're trying to pull your elbow into your rib cage a little bit and make it hard for just a moment. And he can tell you the arm is not giving him the signal. It's coming from somewhere else. Weird deal, huh? And you turn it on and off. You learn to be able to contract it, get off, contract it, get off, contract it, get off, in series until you get the effects you're looking for. Now, the hard part of that is not learning to contract. The hard part is learning to really relax in each relaxation phase. So that's where you get the magical timing of the reflex action out of his body. You set him under pressure, you relax and go to really zero, and that takes a little bit of feedback. You got to do a little bit of work on yourself to understand what zero really feels like inside your body. Coming back to relaxation so that you're not sending any signal at all for a while. That's what allows his reflexes to start going a little crazy, because what are they doing? They're hunting for signal. He's trying to get stabilized. His subconscious is searching for the mechanism to stabilize against, and you're depriving him of it. About the time his body settles on a course of action, okay, I'll shift over to the right, for instance, you hit it to him again. And then again, you flip the switch back off, so that it just changes his nervous system and changes his proprioceptive system incrementally, moment to moment. So those are some ideas for your kazushi work. I hope you can play with those and have a good time. If you have questions, just drop me an email or stop by sometime. Be happy to talk to you about it. Thank you. Good.